to Akali can just press R and provide additional safety. But with the Gragas, you already have a pretty good tool into the Akali. I don't love picking Akali into Gragas. I do think that a lot of the value from your Shroud into Fresh with all the zone control that he has, Wukong with his AoE knock-up, and then also Gragas, who can just ult you out of Shroud, is a little dicey. T1, very straightforward composition. You have Faker on the Gragas providing the soul AP. You have a incredible amount of pick and teamfight sets.
Always enjoy to watch and see what happens. We hop onto the Rift for game 1. All right, Breon fans, not exactly the highest volume, but T1 fans absolutely exploding.
Their intensity was great, though.
That's true. That's true.
Want to note Zeus going for the boots first here. So Zeus in general is one of our best spacers on Gnar. Morgan is level 1 Fiora with Ghost, so you really can't afford to make any misstep here. Because the level 1 can be very oppressive. But because Zeus has boots, you're not in the happiest place as
T1 is sort of chasing everyone on Bro.
Yeah.
Point in time is all the flashes. Umpty going to respect Faker there, but Faker no flash at the very beginning of the game. It's probably kind of okay news for Bro.
Also starting with E, which is a little annoying. Supposed to getting your early Q allows you to both zone and deal with Karis, as I say that Faker just gets a first strike. Bro.
11 gold, not bad.
Yeah,
that's most of a minion.
But I
what about that one?
I wish we could just. I know Gnar is not the most exciting champion, but I personally would love to just hone in on this Gnar and see.
You can do that.
Well, not really.
Yeah, it also hasn't teleported back yet, so playing this one out well. But as we can see, Shroud on cooldown right as Ona turns up. Oh, this is scary. There's the body slam, Nimbus Strike. Going to get them in there. We'll see whether Karis actually has to flash here as he's just walking this one out.
Red buff.
Yeah, and there is the flash. Umpty is going to move himself forward and actually finds the permafrost onto Ona here as well. Karis moving back around, but he just flashes on top of him. Karis going to be taken down. That's first blood. They go 1 for 1, but you'll take the extra 100.
That would be quite big. Oh, he doesn't know.
Yeah, there's the Ghost. It's been popped already. Arctic Assault is going to miss. Grand challenge. Can they actually get it? They get the flash out from Zeus here, but out of permafrost range. Ghost any day.
I wonder if they could have gotten the kill if Umpty flashes there for the permafrost. Zeus with the boots, of course, is extremely slippery. Also doesn't back and just immediately goes back to playing aggressive towards that top side. But if you can get the kill on Zeus there and shut him down early, force him to TP, start snowballing other lanes. With Conqueror, I don't think you have enough damage as...
there's a hook. Zephyr just says goodbye. Bro, farming. T1 moving into the river, and they are going to start this one, but Umpty, he wants to go.
There.
He is. Oh, in vision now. Was standing just out of vision. That was cool. Now in vision.
Watch Carrier.
It's fine, as Carrier is going to flash play. There's the ulti from Henry. Finds the hook, though. And Henner is the priority. He's going to be taken down. The prison's a bit late and means absolutely nothing. And now Effort is like, take me back, T1. Take me back. I'm going this direction. But he will be able to deny a couple of assists, and it's actually a good idea. So the kill goes solely over to Ona, and now they will get to work on the dragon.
It's so good, man.
Yeah, that was the strangest like order of things, but worked out so incredibly well for Carrier.
Because the fact that when he comes over that wall, I think initially Bro were expecting him to collapse onto Effort, right? But then he, after the blast cone, flashes, plays, and then sets up the play, and then actually finds the hook on Hannah as well. Like that's it's mind blowing. And Carrier hadn't played Fresh for the longest time, of course.
Yes, I mean, we can talk about all of the Fiora things, right? As, okay, Umpty, you are in a lot of trouble. The box is going to come through. Umpty's going to flash it to avoid getting slowed, but there's the hook. It's going to land once again. As, okay, Umpty's able to stay alive thanks to the wild growth. Actually, a great interrupt there on the Nimbus Strike by Effort. Good timing. That's...
And it's nice that you save Umpty, but like you lost your topside turret. Zeus is single-handedly generating an even bigger gold lead, and this is the problem when you're facing T1. You need to shut down every single head, right, of the Hydra. Like, you can't just chop off one. You got to deal with all of them. And that is where I think even some of our best teams often struggle with. Because right now you have a mid lane that is going completely neutral, which doesn't really need to be more than that.
Well, that is a Gnar, and the hook is going to connect. Henna just going to get played back, and he's just always exactly where T1 want them. As I've seen this play before, it happened a couple of days ago, and Effort's going to go down as well. It's a double kill for Gumushi. Look at that gigantic shield, and Faker just going to walk it out.
What do you even see? Like, they're just styling on them.
Yeah. Morgan stole a blue buff. That's what I can say about Bro.
The buffs that were done to Aphelios were mostly with his attack speed, and previously we did see some IE second on Aphelios, but I feel like ever since the patch we've seen it a lot more. With this build, you also get an absurd amount of extra survivability. And right now, T1 is snowballing on every single facet of the map.
Yeah. This is a perfect game outside of that first kill. That hook just barely out of range. And that is a second charge. Carrier just yoinks Gumushi out of there. And Faker is now chaperoning another wave towards an inner turret in the mid lane. Umpty is going to come on over. Let's see whether he finds an ulti here. Not actually going to throw one out. Lantern is going to come through, and immediately the Captain Jack comes out from Gumushi. And he will be A-OK. But they get a summon a spell, I guess.
Getting cleanse is quite nice for Breon. The main issue is that with how the gold lead has accelerated, you now have multiple big threats.
I love when Nars use their ult on a wave.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
The reality of things, I've never questioned them. And I'm not going to start.
I do out of love, I promise.
I believe you. Soul Point going to be set up here for T1. If they can get this dragon, item lead is disastrous. So Breon need to 100-0 Guma at the start of a fight if they want to have a shot here, or keep Hannah alive throughout everything that's going to be thrown at him.
All right, let's see whether Karras can make it into the back line. He just gets pushed away. Has to use his ult so defensively. Cyclone on to 3 is fantastic. Zeus tries to get into the back line. Not the greatest now, but still, it's going to get the job done as the Lulu goes down first, and T1 take control of the Dragon Pit. And yeah, that is going to be Soul Point. And everything as it should be. 0-3-0, unfortunately, for Effort. Unable to keep himself alive there. As Umpty, he tried to escape. And Zeus is going to say no thank you. You know, Umpty was able to get the camp.
Yeah, he was dead. So maximizing resources is all you can do. And the tragedy is, even if Karras does get on top of Guma there, like, Guma has 2 items, a BT and a fully stacked, like, overheal shield. And BT shield, like, it's not happening.
That's Morgan's real dead. Karras now going to try and look for this one as well, as at least, okay, he's still mega. Just for a couple of seconds as Karras gets into his shroud. That was almost just a 1v3 double kill. I guess at first it was the 1v1.
He was still going. He's hopping in.
He's hopping in. All right, Karras, can you survive? Zeus is going to walk in. Wild Growth comes down, but the Hyper Procs are going to be in. He'll have another hop, but he doesn't need it because the Boomerang was coming down. Zeus just killing everyone else while the rest of Bro are trying desperately to defend. Zeus is not done. Effort is now going to get chased down. He has no Wild Growth, and all right, okay, Zeus. All right, buddy. As Glacial Prison is going to miss, and he'll just leave. Yeah, I'll clap as well. I'll clap as well.
That was a 1v3!
Well, it was a 1v1 and a 1v1 and a 1v1. It's kind of what it felt like. Or at least a 1v1, then a 1v2, and then a 1v1. As, all right, Gumushi is going to be out of snipe Morgan. Faker is going to go golden. And Umpty's desperately trying to hold on to this one, but it is well and truly done. Carrier is going to be taken down, as perhaps a Zeri moment was almost upon us, but Henna just kind of dies. And now it's a open Nexus. And what? Okay. Polymorph comes in, but that's only going to buy them a little bit of time. It's, okay. The Nexus dies, so it's okay. It's all right. Just ignore that, guys. T1, very, very comfortable. That's Soraka.
I actually quite like the Soraka into the Renata, right? Like, if you pick an engaged support into Renata, you're going to feel very, very sad. Soraka is actually a pick that can not be punished and skill in this lane. Great R5 usage, and I don't know if this is enough to win the game for Brian. I do think that the nameplate difference in this game is colossal, but I think they have a very adventurous draft with a couple of great parts. I just don't know how it works together, right? Like
debuting it in the jungle here in the LCK. So some changes here. It's up under the rift. Chronicler, it happened. I was just talking about this before. I was like, where did Hillbilly GRAGAS go? It was, of course, the skin that Score would play every single time. He was an absolutely fantastic jungle GRAGAS, and Umpty has picked it.
2 questions. Is this going to be the... are we going to get the graphic? And is Score going to be the last guy who played jungle GRAGAS?
No.
I don't think so either. And second, Predator, as far as I'm aware, it's not a great rune right now.
That might have been the last rune that Umpty used when he played jungle GRAGAS.
Well, so here's my issue with GRAGAS runes in jungle, right? Dark Harvest in solo queue, I do think actually is a great choice, because in solo queue you have a lot of guarantee that things will be messy. Generally, solo queue has a lot of high variety plays. People get killed very, very
often.
You know, not going to be the end of the world. We do know how well the Aphelios scales. As Guma, also sitting on an early Vamp Scepter, also has his cookies at the ready, but I don't think he's really going to need them in this lane. Early Drake should be available here, as in comes Umpty, who does have boots.
All right, let's see what they can find, as Morgan is taking a lot of damage from Zeus here, but does get the stun, and Zeus should be dead. There it is, Kulbamik. It's going to come through, and that is first blood to the Lord's Renekton. Gets some revenge against Zeus, who was playing the early lane very, very well.
Is going to be pretty substantially behind now. Most of his lanes are doing well.
All right, well, there is Karis being delivered to Faker here. Owner gets himself the stun. Karis tries to get out, but it's not going to work. T1 bite back.
Very clean
for the GRAGAS. As efforts coming over, putting down Vision. Faker just walking through the silence field, not too worried about it, but Faker may have overextended. There's the flash. He gives him the thumbs up as the Emperor's Divide comes in. Can he get the bailout? The answer's no. As Karis, he's going to get tagged, and that is going to be it. Zeus picks up the other one as well with the Glacial Prison, and Faker knew. I think he knew. Gave him the thumbs up. He's like, I'm the bait. My team's going to come and kill you, and then we'll take the Herald.
I don't think Faker had to die there, but you know, maybe he's proving a point.
Yeah, still gave him the thumbs up. That's what really did my head in.
And the immediate response is the pickup, and yeah, there is a lot invested.
Karis? Okay, Umpty, what can you make happen? So far,
look at that. Predator is now off cooldown.
All right, let's go.
Well, T1 knows.
Can you line it up is
Owner's
the
on his
question.
way.
Gets the stun. There's the body slam. Max range. Easy peasy. Umpty locks it down. And yeah, Owner's on his way. But he's going to see the piggy bank has been shattered. The coins removed.
As the second Drake now going to get started up here for T1. Because the Crocodile is going to have to do some serious heavy lifting if Brian want to have a shot in this game. Because that's where all their resources have gone.
There is one thing about Bro. And that is that they have the strongest Crocodile of any team here
I don't think that's true anymore. I think that's D+ now.
No.
But Bounce, he seems to be suspecting that something is up, because the rest of his team has full vision. Look at the vision!
Yeah, everyone.
The enemy bot, like they know everything.
And now you've got Jason Soraka walking through their jungle completely on vision, like you were talking about. And Zeus moves back to his turret, doesn't miss out on too much, and that is 2 plates, probably 3 to go down here. Just another couple of autos, and there's another wave that is going to turn up, and wow, that lead only expanding as... that was a bit odd.
That's
going on there. As, yep, Morgan going to get permanently frosted. And now Owner's going to move in. Kulbamik is decent as the wish comes through, but it's not enough. Heartbreaker, and Owner is now going to help move towards this turret alongside Zeus. Zeus finally getting himself out of somewhat danger up here in the top lane.
T and Karis looking for a play on Faker here.
All right, there's the barrel. Faker in trouble, and Karis locks down the kill. Very nicely played. I swear, this game, if Umpty's not there, nothing's happening for Bro. But Umpty's making things happen on this map. That's why they're even.
He's having an awesome game. right? 100% kill participation. This is vintage Breon and vintage Umpty. This is when this team has looked its best. In splits previous, this is how it looked. He's making plays, he's stacking that Dark Seal, gets another kill on Faker. And it's what's keeping Bro in the game.
It definitely is. Looking real good. Ticking up to 15 minutes now. Chains of Corruption come down here towards this bottom side as Hannah avoids the majority of what She's throwing at him, but not going to be able to avoid their turret falling down. That is going to be secured. So T1 get themselves to an actual pretty decent gold advantage here after this one. Towards some turrets in multiple lanes, but it looks like this inner is going to be the next one on their mind. Bottom lane of T1 definitely.
Here he goes again.
Game is okay. Faker, Emperor's Divide comes in as Morgan is just gonna die, and now Umpty is gonna have to run away from the Pigeon Man with the Sand Soldiers. Barrel comes in. Can Faker actually find the remainder of the damage? He's gonna look for it as there he goes. Sweeping Sands comes in. Concrete's in. Oh! The Comet! Just barely not enough. He'll take a drink and he'll take his leave.
But they got inner. They got an inner in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. There's the body of Morgan. We didn't have to show that.
If it's available, so he starts up the play and then Faker.
Oh, in the meantime, Hannah is going to get a little bit upset. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but the tower's now dead, and so is Hannah. So hostile takeover, I think, was the problem.
So they pushed mid, and then Breon thought they could defend, and then T1 pressed their ultimate buttons, and then Hannah died because he didn't have cleanse, because he had to cleanse earlier when the first bot lane turret was pushed down, but you know, before the second bot lane turret was pushed down, after which now the mid lane turret is also pushed down, after which they get Drake. And T1's ability, and this is something that they do better than obviously any other team in the LCK, like tempo swings and getting one objective and turning it into more is just... Yeah, it's kind of nuts to watch, and this is Breon, a relatively weak team that is struggling, that is with this loss likely to make playoffs, but they've done this against better teams as well.
Gets the flash, and actually a few buttons go awry, but it's not enough. Oh, man, hostile takeover just really does
quite poor because of the dragons that have been stacked and the complete lack of map control. But when you just look at gold, like, you know, there's a little bit of hope. But that's the best I can do, which generally is not a great sign, as we now see that Guma is getting closer towards his Rage Blade. Owner is indeed going for that, what I assume will be a Kraken Slayer second. As we have a trap.
Has been set. Hostile takeover immediately going to be used, but Umpty's going to avoid it. Chains of Corruption come in. Morgan is on the flank, and they just leave Carrier. Karis wants to pick up the kill. The bailout is not going to do anything here. Hannah wants to participate. It's not going to work out as it's two kills now for Bro. And Zeus, he's on some sort of flank. Not sure what he's going to be able to get done here. As Faker now down to 50%, and I think that T1 going to have to back away from this one. Yeah.
The game.
Surely.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. We say surely, but sometimes T1 just wins. And it sort of comes out of nowhere as they don't get the charge on Shirley, and now 5 members here in this mid lane. T1 raring for a fight. This is hostile takeover available.
Not Soul Point. Soul.
Yeah. 40 seconds. There's Glacial Prison used onto Morgan. He slices out of the way before the Chains of Corruption can lock him down. And T1. They set up the Sun Disc. Umpty on the flank.
T1 playing a little fast and loose. That's 2 ultimates and a Ghost used in an attempt to take down someone on Breon, but Morgan is sitting on Earth Boots as well as a couple of runes as...
Moonlight Vigil comes in. Faker is going to shift the sands, gets himself out of there. Zeus escaping as well. T1 are getting poked out of this.
Yeah. They used a lot, didn't get that much done. I think Breon could very well be moving towards his dragon here.
Yeah, for them, just a lone Ocean Drake, but for T1, they wanted to be able to lock down this soul.
Oh, there's not a lot of vision though. This has got to feel scary for Breon. They don't have prio either.
Oh, Carrier pokes his head out and immediately gets jumped on. There's a hostile takeover. He's still alive! Somehow!
Yeah, but he can't join the fight. He's way too low. Might have to give this one up, T1.
See whether they do, as now FAKER, he's going to go out the back of the pit. Zeus moves up to the front, but now Henna with red and white guns, he's dangerous. And okay, the arrow's not going to be enough, but of course this isn't lethality Varus, so they lose the dragon. T1, can you actually do any more is the question, as Carrier is just trying to drink whatever potions he has left, doesn't actually have any remaining. T1 will slink back towards the northern side of the river. But bro, I can feel something has changed.
Don't talk about Renekton.
No. Scaling is not an issue.
Yeah, I know, he's a crocodile.
The Lord's Renekton.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
I thought that I'll allow that.
The Lord's Renekton is a late game threat. Always has been, always will be. As Chains of Corruption come in, as I may have cursed him because the Emperor's Divide is going to cut him in half. There we go, that's the first kill for the team fighters. Immediately, what? Where did Henna go? Umpty is now looking to try and grab FAKER, but it's not going to work out. And T1, they just wipe the floor with them. Karis and Effort, the last men standing, and the Baron not going to be up for much longer.
Atlas, a man with mythical power, as he hasn't finished his sentence, or T1 find a great hard engage on Brion. Going to turn that into a dragon immediately. Zeus and FAKER making sure that no one is going to get anything out of this. Baron comes through, and game state that looked somewhat salvageable for Brion. Now, like immediately a couple of flashes are forced. And
Henna doesn't have his flash, so the stun's going to come in, and he's just, Henna's real dead. Does manage to get a Moonlight Vigil off beforehand, but there was bailout. There was a lot of reasons why T1 were never in any danger there. Now with the Baron, they're going to look to push down some more of these turrets.
As the super, and it gets taken down here by the Cask, but the next line of minions is already there. Zeus is split pushing by himself, and we see a little bit of a, of a flat surface there on that gold graph, and then trend upwards, and that might well be the end of the game.
It may. The Baron is being pushed forward. This inhibitor is not long for the world. That will be the first to go down. Can anyone get anything else, though? It's kind of the question here. They've got a line of vision. FAKER might just like come over here and
he's just pushing by himself.
Yeah, win the game.
Yeah, he's making sure that they can't actually contest.
He might take it. He'll take a Nexus turret.
Yeah, that's happening
because there's no one here. Karis is going to turn up, but there's a Nexus turret. Shifting Sands gets him out. And T1 can now, because they've broken them up like this, they can just take themselves the soul. FAKER, Emperor's Divide, is going to deny that to the skies. Umpty, if he finds himself a body slam decently, but no, it's not going to happen. Flash over the wall, though, from Karis is going to spell the end of FAKER.
But in the soul is fine. Ideally, you'd want him to get out, but it's not the end of the world. Regardless, as Karis, nice sidestep there on the Chains of Corruption. Keeps him alive for now.
Yeah, Henna with some good weaponry, but just going to grab himself a red buff for now. And the weaponry is not really the conversation that we're wanting to have, as Carrier is going to find Umpty. That's a flash to make sure that he cannot body slam over. Really beautifully done. And that is Gumayushi picking it up from downtown. Says, thank you very much for the extra money. I wanted my Infinity Edge. I guess. Is what he's going for next. Bloodthirster?
No, yeah, it will be BT. Yeah, because he has Rage Blade.
I see Crit Cloak and BF Sword, and my old man brain is just like, that's Infinity Edge. But then I look at the build, I'm like, that's on-hit Varus, Atlas, you moron. As anyway, Bro now going to deal with these minions flooding into their top side.
Of course, you're doing great. I'm very proud of you,
man.
Yeah, come on. I'm keeping it positive.
Yeah, I don't think moron's necessarily a bad thing.
Whoa. What have you ever called someone a moron and be like, oh, thanks, man, I appreciate it.
I've never said thanks, but I've never found it, too bad. An endearing moron. I'm okay with that. If that's who I am, then I can be a happy man.
That's your... Haven't seen that one in a while. As, yeah, there's only one lane still alive here for Brion.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Gumayushi just going to get to work on that one. Takes down the inhibitor turret. And you can see Zeus just happily playing in this front line. Dashing around every which way. The handshake does come through as Umpty is going to be able to run it out. Runs real quick as well as Moonlight Vigil comes in. Not going to do too much though, as Zeus is just a brick wall in the front line. The last inhibitor is going to fall. Mid lane is going to be respawning pretty soon, in about 40 seconds time. And Bro, their house is in shambles now as they try to chase T1 out of here. T1, I mean, this is a very comfortable Baron if they want to take it, but they could also just kill the last remaining turret
Yeah,
in this game and win.
Well, the mid inhibitor is about to respawn, so they might want to go for that. The current mid wave already doesn't have supers on it. Could be looking for that. Would be a great opportunity for them to effectively guarantee. As game is. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. Kara's going to be spotted, immediately turning around and taking down the Jace. And now the hostile takeover comes in. Henna is pretty dangerous though, as Carrier is going to get taken down. Emperor's Divide going to move Morgan away from Faker as the Glacial Prison lands in between everyone and explodes. And doesn't really do too much more than that.
Look at the side lanes though.
Yeah, no, there are super minions and stuff like that. But if we don't ignore the mini-map, the game is very close.
We can't ignore the mini-map, Atlas.
We should ignore the mini-map.
No, don't listen to Atlas. Don't ignore the mini-map. The mini-map is important. T1, all or nothing. T. No, can't even get in.
Yeah, they do manage to take the outer turret in the mid lane. Come back. As Morgan, he's going to have to Dominus deal with Faker here. And Effort is just running away from Ona. This Nexus turret, not long for the world. And Faker has a one-track mind. Alright, that's a flash forward from Ona. Henna is in so much trouble. Faker will swoop in, collect that one, and move on towards winning this game. That Nexus turret was taken down.
Ona took the life of Effort and then used his silence to make sure he could get on top.
Very,
the Henna.
Very cutely done. As there is an Emperor's Divide. Faker is going to die again, but it looks like he's having a very good time on the Rift. The Nexus will fall moments afterwards. T1 pick up the 2-0.
And